I will talk about today a little bit focused on the situational awareness and decision support tools for everybody when you're going digital. When you get the digital infrastructure and you get tools, software, applications, and apps in your phones, if you're allowed to have that, and so on, what will that give you, and what could be enabled by having such things? Of course, it will be in a Mobilaris perspective, but of course there are other vendors around the world entering the arena of this space, of course. But from my side, it will of course be the Mobilaris perspective on this one. So let's see then. What we see is important is that we are delivering something new to the mining world. It's going from having some part of digital tools, gathering data and so on, but not using it in the most optimal way. And if you compare it to other industries, which has been going much further than mining today, you have a big step to go to enable much new things that will enable both safety features and productivity features into the future. So it's an exciting world we are living in right now. And then I'm not thinking about the corona, but about where we are going with mining and what we see happening right now. So this will be as mission critical. The tools coming from digitalization will be as important as your drilling rig and your LHD or whatever tools you have to do your mining business today. It has to be, or it doesn't has to be a tool for everybody. It's of course up to the mine to decide who should take decisions and what could be available for each and every miner. But we are bringing tools for everybody with the digital communication and the software. You can enable people to take decisions on their specific part of the operation if you give them the right view of the reality in real time. And of course, data has been around, but we want to create action from data, not just storing data and trying to get something out of it from someone in a more kind of a research kind of environment. It should be something that is available for everybody in real time to solve their day-to-day problems or hour-to-hour problems. We have been drawing this map of the situation in the mine. The green ones are things that you want to do, you want to fix, and it could be like the one in the middle here, to get rid of the wasted time in the mine. Things you don't want to do, but you have to do them, or you do them by not knowing that you could go in another direction or do another part of the work at that time. It could be going to the wrong spot in the mine, not finding your machines, waiting for a person that is not coming or whatever. There are numbers of things that is waste of time in a mine, because especially now, of course, we are focusing on underground now. I didn't say that in the beginning, but that's where you have the biggest problems when it comes to this, because you cannot see. And the yellow squares down there, it's things that you can enable with a digital infrastructure, and that you can enable new things to improve your situation in the mine. Today we have just 30 minutes, so I will not go through all these areas. I will focus on the ones I mentioned in the beginning. Tools for everybody, decision support for everybody. bringing that out in the mind, not only for the people, say in the control room, if you have some, if you have one, but also for taking decisions in the mine or wherever you are in the world, basically. So if we go into the situational awareness area, which is where Mobilari started in 2012, creating the 3D view of the mine in real time, knowing where you have your assets, your vehicles, your equipment, your people, and so on, and showing that in real time in a 3D world. I think we were one of the first doing that at that time, and it has shown to be valuable for people to have that information. From the beginning, this was available in the control rooms. You had your screen, like what you can see up in the right corner here, where you see the things in real time and you can click on them and you get the information based on what information we have connected in that specific operation. It could be a drilling rig with how many holes or how many meters. If you click on the drilling rig, it could be a person, or it could be a bolter or so. You could see the plan if you integrate with the plan, and you can see the progress in the plan if you integrate with either feedback from the operator or direct from the machine. So this is creating the situational awareness for the control room persons. And this is of course an improvement, because you can take new decisions during your operations in real time, but it's not bringing the tools out in the mine for a shift boss, for an operator of a machine or so. So you have to get back to the old style of running changes in the mine. You have to communicate with the control room over either a phone or a walkie-talkie if you have that, or whatever. So, but to take the next step into the future, you can enable some people, all people, or selected people in the mind to take decisions on their level of decision making. So we created a few tools connected to this. One is the Mobilaris on board, and the other one that will be released the next few weeks is the Mobilaris Pocket Mine. And these are two apps that you can have in your phone or in your tablets. And the onboard, for those who haven't seen it, this is basically it is a navigation, like a car navigation in a mine, that enables everybody who has this tablet in their vehicle to navigate, and if you have communication, also to see all the activities in the mine, all the vehicles meeting you, all the people in the mine, and so on. And that will give you both driving directions, but also increase safety and efficiency, because you can choose the right way, you can find the right machine, and you can find things even if they are moving in the mine, because you will get continuous updates. So this on-board product is something that is enabling you as a person to take decisions when you're driving around in the mine. The pocket mine give you more information. It gives you the information that you have in the control room. Of course, it could be selectively displayed for you depending on the role you have, or you can have access to all information. It's of course up to the mine to decide what information you want to deliver to everybody. We released that product in the autumn, and we are deploying it now in 5-6 mines around the world. But as it said, is this magic? Yeah, it's a little bit like magic, because what you do is you don't really need the infrastructure in the mine to navigate. That's what's the magic is about. So you can have this tool. you can find your way in the mine with just the tablet and the connected. You can either connect it to the canvas to get the speed of the vehicle, but you can also use another tool that we have today, which is the Doppler radar that gives you the speed, because we need, the only input we need to this tool is the speed of the vehicle. So basically you can with a map of the mine downloaded in the tablet in this tool and this speed into that tool, you can navigate in any mine in the world without installing any stuff in the mine like Bluetooth beacons or RFID or anything. If you want to have the awareness, you have to have the digital infrastructure, and that means that you have to have Wi-Fi or LTE, 4G, 5G or something, because then you want to know what everybody else is doing, where they are driving, what they are doing, and so on. And then you need the infrastructure. But to navigate, you don't need that. So this enables a lot of things for the individual in a mine. You can find the person you are looking for that you want to pick up. You can find the machine you are going to work with. You can find the best route or a blocked route, or you can find the traffic congestion and avoid it if it's possible, and so on and so on. So this is what we are talking about when we say decision support for everybody. In addition to this is the pocket mine, and it's not released. It's a few weeks away, but I will talk about it because it fits in to the subject of giving tools for everybody, every miner, everyone in the mine and outside the mine. The pocket mine gives you another kind of awareness, because it's not a navigation tool. It's in your pocket. It doesn't give you the speed when you walk around. Of course, if you're walking and not driving in the mine, but it gives you another kind of awareness. Unfortunately, these words are in Swedish, but I will talk about them anyway and explain them a little bit from left to right on this PowerPoint. And what it gives you is, if we go to the second spot here, it's quite simple view of what you see in your phone. So what you need is a mobile phone, and I know that they are not allowed or used in all mines around the world. I think they will in the future, but there are a lot of mines of our customers today that allow mobile phones in the mine, either to communicate over the Wi-Fi or even with mobile telephony in the mine. But anyway, if you have a phone, a smartphone, you download an app, as you do with all your apps, and then it enables you. Karta is the word for map in Swedish. That means that what you see on the screen to the right here, the third area here, you will get the awareness in the phone. That means that you will see everything that is moving around. You will see all the faces, the workplaces, the people, and everything. But you cannot navigate yourself in the way you can do with the Mobilaris on board, because it's not connected to the vehicle. It doesn't give you the speed, but it gives you the rest of the awareness. So that means you can zoom in, you can click on objects, see what it is, what kind of vehicle it is, who is that operator, and so on and so on. So it's the map thing. So that's available in the mine, or if you are in Australia and want to look on your mine in South Africa, you still, as long as you are connected to a mobile network, you can do this. The next one is workplaces, like faces, workshops, or whatever, where you plan to do activities in the mine. And that, if you would click on that one, then you would move over to the screen to the very right here. And that is a list of all the workplaces either that you are responsible for, or all the workplaces that are where work is ongoing in the mind today. And then you can of course click on that one to get more information. The last one is machines or vehicles. The third one, I mean. And that is where you can go to get a list of all the vehicles that you have in the mind today. You can see their status and if they are in operational mode or if they are just parked or offline or things like that. Then there will be a KPI thing, and that is connected to you. If you're responsible for drilling, you can get KPIs for your drilling activities. If you're responsible for deploying networks in the mine or electricians, you will get other KPIs. You have reporting tools and you have message tools, and there will be a few other things in the future also. So moving to the next one, just to drill down a little bit in the places where you work. If you go to that one, to the middle screen, and you click on that, you will get the planned activities for that workplace. So if you choose this L West 5 S1 H1, which is a name in a Boliden mine on the workplace, you will get the activities that is going to be happening in this workplace. You can drill down, and I don't have that screen up on this one, and click once more on the activity, and you will see if it started or active or not started and things like that. So this means that you can, during operations, wherever you are in the mine, if you're responsible for these activities, you can watch them in real time as they are updated, and you can take actions. So this was basically what I was going to talk about. There are a lot of other things that we can talk about, but this is how you get tools out to the people in the mine, and you get decisions to each and everyone.